if you could just break down a little bit more, like at a basic level, how like this partnership would work, like how miners can work with nuclear power providers, what it would look like forging those relationships, and growing together as, Bitcoin miners demand more energy, more nuclear build-outs can happen to provide the energy, and then sort of the social benefits that come from that with feeding more energy to more communities like all over the place. It's a multifaceted question, I guess, but I just want to get into like the details of what that all looks like a little bit more.
As far as I can tell, the nuclear industry just needs to treat Bitcoin miners like a commodity as any other, except you take advantage of those unique properties that they can use the miners and the ASICs to follow the loads instead of chasing it around with the reactors, and that will severely reduce the amount of curtailment and negatively priced energy that's sold. Like here in Ontario alone, we have the three big reactors, Bruce, Pickering, and Darlington. Pickering is actually slated to be shut down for economic reasons. But from what I've read, it's anywhere from like 15 to 20 terawatt hours a year is just sold at less than zero. And I worked out, I think it was, if 25 terawatts between the curtailment and the negatively priced at 4 cents an hour is potential, that's $1 billion just right there on the table that is just being tossed away right now, just whether it's through hydro or the wind and solar or the different reactors selling negatively. Like there is tremendous opportunity to start taking advantage of this right now, all through Ontario. I would say that you guys just found a really good opening with what you guys are building in Oakville. That's a really good start, but yeah, I would suggest start moving north. There is tons of opportunity. The further you go, they've got hydroelectric dams that have massive capacity, but they don't have a customer base for them all. So I would love to start seeing you guys building up like that. And it's just another infrastructure project, just building out a new consumer.
I'll just add one more thing to it. So I think one more important really thing is to figure out is that Bitcoin mining can serve as the buyer of last resort for any nuclear power producer out there. So you have kind of a certainty of demand, right? Like which is crazy to me, which I didn't realize this for a while, where you don't even have to go look for your first customer. Like a lot of the companies out there which are building these new nuclear reactors, the primary objective is to find a partner who's going to buy that power from them. If you're investing in projects like these, that's why I wrote that article and I wrote this point in there, which is like, if you're investing in advanced nuclear technology today, your time preference has to be really low because this technology is not going to come online for the next 10 years. So you're a kind of investor. And if you're suddenly realizing that there's a natural source of demand, which could be co-located, firstly, you don't even have to transport that power somewhere, because these miners, another thing that it's really crucial to understand is the co-location of these miners at the power producer itself. Then you just have a natural source of demand, which was never seen before, right? So it just brings a lot of certainty to these renewable, not even just nuclear. I feel like a lot of these renewable technology projects just showing up, which it's not that easy to find demand out there. So I think that's another big economic incentive for these technology options, which will really help them in the long run to be viable.